So about 25 years ago, I was working in this little tiny studio I had in Lagunitas, California. And it was out in the garden, and beautiful, but it was really small. And we lived up this dirt road, and there weren't a lot of people walking by. And I didn't see anybody. I didn't see anyone all day long. And and I started feeling kind of lonely. And so I just was spending so much time making art and not seeing anyone. It just started to get weird. So I had this idea that maybe I could teach. I could teach a workshop. And the place I wanted to teach was called Esalen, and it's a really cool retreat center on the Big Sur coast of California. There's hot springs there and amazing organic food and these gorgeous organic gardens. I mean, it's like you've died and gone to heaven. So that's where I wanted to teach. So I was trying to figure out my proposal for them. I had to teach something, and it had to be about art. That's really all I knew about. And so I came up with an idea for how to do this. Anyway, this is Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life, and today I'm talking about getting clarity. Getting clear first for yourself, and then using this to continue to help yourself, but to also help other people. Because teaching, turns out, is one of the most powerful ways to improve and clarify for yourself, to make your art better by utilizing what you've learned and simplifying it. So I took some notes I looked at my sketchbook and I found these notes, and I had a whole bunch of pages that I had written really around design, around design and value and how I was feeling. And it was just a big mess. And I gathered up, this was about 2 pages, and I simplified it. And I wrote on my sketchbook design. I kind of did this little drawing about design. And what I was interested in doing was kind of creating almost like some prompts for myself to help me. And so I simplified it down to, like, what is design? And I wrote the arrangement of shapes in a picture. And those shapes, of course, can be anything. I knew that, but that's what it is. So what is it? The arrangement of shapes in a picture. And then a couple clarifying questions that I would ask myself that would connect me back to all this complication that I was thinking about, to like remind me. And those questions were regarding those shapes in the picture. Are they different from one another? Because I determined that was so important. And if they're different from each other, can you make them more so? Because when you increase differences between things you're looking at, they become more interesting, which makes the picture interesting. I mean, this was a huge breakthrough for me. And it was that little drawing in my sketchbook that became one of the 6 Art to Life principles. But look at this. This is what I used to pin on the wall at those workshops like 30 years ago. What's crazy is I still use them. They're all dog-eared, and I've even taken some of the older ones and I've laminated them, and I pin these on the wall, writing a few things down. So the takeaway for you is this: like, it can be so complicated, whatever you're thinking about, in your art, but if you can make it so it's simple, 2, 3 points max, it gives you something to look back on that can then remind you. You don't have to remember everything. You just need a few things that can lead you back. When I read to myself, when I'm working on my art, are these shapes different from one another? And like, they can be different in color, they can be different in size. That's a great question, right? And that actually, it can be super helpful for you to, that's just a really good question to make your art better. And the path to making it better is if you can make them more different. So let me know in the comments here what you could possibly, how you could explain some ideas you have in a really, really simple way. And by the way, when you do this, you can test it on people. I didn't know when I was writing out these simple ideas that these would become the foundation of helping thousands of people. It was really just to help myself. So if you want, you can take this and do a little workshop, help people, read this to someone, show them your clarification. You'd be surprised. I was surprised how helpful it can be. because people just are walking around and it's hard for them to get a hold of all this information. But you're in it, and if you can decipher what it is, you can give them a lot of clarity and help them tremendously. And it helps you, because if you're not clear, you lose them and they ask questions and you adjust things. And that's sort of the game I'm involved in, not only in my art, but in Art to Life. So let us know in the comments. This week coming up on the podcast, we've got an amazing teacher, an amazing artist, Art to Life's coach, Susan Melrath. And you got to hear this conversation, what she talks about and how teaching and getting clarity first for herself, how it's completely changed her art and changed her life. So be sure to check on that. There's a link down below. You can find those episodes there. Tomorrow's it, you guys. It's the big one. We're starting the free workshop. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, tomorrow. So these principles and these ideas, this is what I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to be sharing with you the very simple ideas that I started with 30 years ago that are still valuable and helpful for people. They've been adjusted a little to make them even better, but really what I'm sharing with you over this 4 or 5 days is these simple ideas. What are the simple ways to think about design, value, and color that you can remember and grab hold of and then shift your work? Like, you can just hear something in a room and then walk out and then make your art better. And you hadn't even been making art. It's just a way of seeing things and understanding things. So I'm really hopeful. I'm really excited that you guys can join me. This is completely free. And make some progress this week. Like, really focus. This is a real workshop, you guys. This is the best thing we do at Art to Life. And there's going to be thousands of people coming. And we know, because we have a lot of people in a Facebook group. And it's just the best part of the whole year for myself and the whole team. We got cool prizes we're going to be giving away. I can't wait for you to experience this. So get rested up. We've got a big week ahead of us. Okay, thanks you guys. And there's a link down below to sign up for that workshop. Awesome. Okay. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.